Today is our last day
Mixed feelings about that.
on the ship.
We're,
And I know last night we told you that we're going to do a comparison. So we're going to do a comparison at the end of this video between Royal Caribbean and
MSC
NCL
and
Holland. Today we don't have a lot planned, but we're going to a Taste of Royal, which is kind of like a tasting experience we did when we did Chef's Table. They're going to bring all the restaurants together in one venue, which is Wonderland.
So we're not eating Wonderland food, we're eating food from restaurants across the entire Royal Caribbean fleet, and it's going to be an experience.
And we have about 12 or 11 ducks left, but we've got cards for backup.
And we finally met up with our dinner date for tomorrow at the Ninja Dinner Theater. It's
Very
going to be
interesting.
very interesting.
Hidden venue, hidden doors, all of it.
So we're going to show you all about that tomorrow, but for today, let's get on with the Royal Table.
Here's something different you don't see on a cruise ship. They have all these balloons strung up and ready to go for tonight. They're going to do a balloon drop at 9 o'clock, and we are not going to miss it. Other cruise lines haven't done this, but I've actually seen it on other YouTube vlogs of Royal Caribbean. So this is going to be very exciting. Lots of people out in the promenade today. We're inside Wonderland. A lot of people are here for the Taste of Royal. Big table over here. This is the menu. Sorry. Where it comes from all of the restaurants across the fleet, and they pick the best of the best. So we've got a signature drink from Hooked. We have something from Wonderland, Chops Grill, Giovanni's Table, and Central Park. Central Park is famous on Icon of the Seas, I think. So I'm actually looking forward to this. St. Peter's Spritzer, St. Germain El de Faro Liqueur, Aperol, fresh lemon juice topped with Prosecco. What a very lovely drink. Well, doesn't that look familiar? It's the fancy bread from the Chef's Table the other night. Gwen's gonna pop that bad boy open for us.
They didn't even have this kind of bread at the Chops experience the day before. But look at what we have when you bust it open.
Yes.
The chef said, you know, if you need more butter, which you probably won't, he said, I will get it for you.
Look at that.
Right?
Let's spin that around a little bit. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We got a bonus item that's not on the list. We've got some karaage chicken, which is from Izumi, and we've got some brie cheese.
How about it?
I wonder what restaurant that's from.
It looks amazing.
The rest, we're gonna serve it on your table. Just let us know if you have any allergies to your waiter, which is me and my colleague, or any allergies or dietaries, and we will proceed then. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, and we're taking care of you.
All right, one spritzer's already gone. There's still another one here. And he's moved on to some South African wine. You've never had wine from South Africa before, have you?
I don't think so.
Nope.
It smells very fruity.
Yeah?
A little dry, like a Chardonnay.
Okay.
That's gonna go good with my tuna tartare.
Citrus Seas tuna tartare from Wonderland. Fresh spicy tuna, wasabi, yuzu mayonnaise, and filio parmesan crackers. This is paired with the Indaba South African wine that you just saw Glenn drinking.
Our next course has arrived, and this is the mascarpone cheese risotto with crab meat. Carinoli, rice, crab meat, lemon, mascarpone peas, and aged Parmesan.
And it should be coming with the wine too.
And it's paired with my Chardonnay from California.
And is that this?
That's it right there. Eat up.
Here we have from Chops Grill the filet mignon with some spicy jumbo shrimp, grilled asparagus, mashed potatoes, red pepper flakes, creamy garlic butter,
Yes.
and he's about to get some Merlot with it.
Well, first of all, I have what is a dessert wine It was supposed to be a vintage port called Dow's, and it ends up being something a little different. But the pièce de résistance, the flair from over there, is this dessert. This is deep fried cheesecake served with whipped creme fraiche, caramel corn made here on the ship. And the decorations that you see from side to side are caramel and Nutella. I love me some Nutella. Your mom liked Nutella too, you know.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, Mom.
I think she's got a big container at the house. We're gonna get it.
Final night of the cruise, and look at all the people. This place is flooded. Everybody's ready for the balloon drop.
It's gonna be epic. This is it, folks. Thank you for making it Royal Caribbean. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, hello, hello.
We are back again, and we're here to tell you what we thought. This was 9 days in the making. Our cruise on Ovation of the Seas started way back on May the 6th.
May the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are at the end of the cruise. Wow. It went by so fast.
It did go by fast, and we had access to deluxe dining.
We did.
Had access to deluxe beverage package.
did.
We had access to deluxe Wi-Fi. The entire way we had Starlink to keep us connected to the rest of the people who were on the Ovations of the Seas page.
The internet on this ship, fantastic.
It was better than the internet on any other ship.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's just because the technology is getting better as we go along. We'll have to compare it to other ships that we're going on for the rest of the year.
I know that based from past experience, from previous cruises that we've been on, the internet hasn't been so good. This is the very first cruise, as for someone who's been editing our videos, which I hope you like our stuff, I was able to upload every single video every single day. I had zero problem. Maybe one or two errored out and I had to do it again, but no problems with the internet. I give the
Every
internet-
other cruise ship I've been on, I have to hear this, quote, unquote, it's still uploading. And this would be recurring morning, noon, night. That's what I would hear from Lucia's face, is it's still uploading. Didn't hear that on this ship.
No,
the
you
internet was really, really
It
good.
was. I ranked that 10 out of 10, no matter what. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The casino, though, on the other hand, was a little disappointed, but there's a backstory to it because it's a Chinese government thing that when you're sailing out of China, and this is coming from our friend Diane Cooper, who's an Australian, she said that they couldn't set it up that way. So when they're going on the next leg of this tour, which is a 16-night or 16-day, 15-night trans-specific, they're going to have the ability to charge your room. So I was a little disappointed in the casino, but that's okay because I didn't spend a lot of money.
Well, it wasn't a disappointment with the casino. We didn't play in the casino at all because...
Couldn't charge it to our room.
Thank you, Lucia, for telling us what the problem was with the casino.
Right, so that's why I was disappointed with the casino.
Okay.
Next.
Casino aside, let's get on to breakfast.
Oh.
All right, because breakfast on a ship is actually much different when you're comparing it to other meals on the ship. Lunch and dinner on the ship is a completely different category. So, how would you rate the breakfast on this ship compared to other cruise lines?
Well, I will tell you this. The Windjammer was definitely set up different than other buffets that we have been to for breakfast, which I like the way that it was set up. And the main dining room with the breakfast, they were just as good as the other ones.
It's the same breakfast every day. How can you screw up eggs? That's what Nona would say. How can you screw up eggs?
Rest in peace, Mom.
So we're just not going to tell you about the breakfast, other than if you eat breakfast, go eat breakfast on the ship.
Yes.
If you want to fight crowds, go to the wind channel.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't want to fight a crowd, go to the main dining room.
That's right.
The last 2 days of the cruise, we found the 270 Cafe.
Oh, that was nice.
And that was nice because they had like sandwiches and Danish
Yeah.
and all your coffee, drink, juices, and then they would assemble your own bagel for you.
Yes, and I don't know if the other cruise lines have that. I think they did, but we didn't really utilize them all that much.
Now on Holland America, they have the Netherlands
Yes.
cafe. What do they call? I forget what they call it.
I forget.
Anyway,
The local.
No,
sorry. Wrong ship. Go ahead.
wrong ship. On Holland America, they have the Dutch Cafe.
Yes.
That's what it is. And that's kind of special to
It is.
Holland America.
It really
but
is.
Sometimes it was hard to get a seat in the Dutch Cafe because the cruise ship was overrun with people from the Netherlands.
Yes.
Right? Now, you also mentioned a moment ago our other favorite restaurant in all of the fleets that we've been on. The Local.
The best.
24 hours
The
a
best.
day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, buffalo wings, whatever you want.
Even
and a full bar.
O'Sheehan's, the best.
O'Sheehan's replaced the Local on the last. So I think that it went like O'Sheehan's was first because that was an older ship.
Yes, and then it became the Local.
And then it became the Local.
Yep.
But the Local was fantastic. And
so good.
when we were on Encore, it was a 2-level
Yes,
Local.
it was
you could
great.
sit upstairs, you could sit
It was
downstairs,
great.
whatever you want.
I wonder what
They would have
NCL
music and
Aqua's going to
entertainment.
have.
We're going to see what NCL Aqua has. Tune in. That's another 2 months from now.
73 days.
All right, so I'm saving the best for last. So
Go
we're
ahead.
not going to talk about dinner and
No,
compare the dinner
can't.
food to other cruise lines yet.
But
we have to talk first about the ports of call.
Yes.
We had to talk about excursions and what we heard about Royal Caribbean is that they charge a lot of money for
Yes,
excursions.
they do.
But what we found out later is that these are fluctuating prices on the excursions.
Yep.
If we go when they first opened the excursions for booking, and some of these
Too much.
they were $235 a person.
But toward the end of the cruise, they were dropping.
$235 a person
nuts.
for you to pick me up at the port and take me on a walking tour or a sightseeing or an observation tower, and then to drop me off for my own food anyway.
Yeah, other cruise lines that we've been on, not that expensive. And they're well worth your while, too.
Some of the other cruise ships have $99
Yeah.
excursions and $59 excursions. If you did a half a day on any one of the other ships, it would be, 4 hours for $59. An 8-hour tour would have been $100.
But if you're Lucia and Glenn and you do your own thing, we keep it under $100 like our favorite creators, Lisa and Josh.
We did. We got off of the ship in 5 different ports along the way. We had organized tours in South Korea on 2 different locations.
We did.
And then in Japan, we went all on our own
We did.
using the shuttle bus service.
Yep.
Now, normally when we're on a ship and it ports way away from the city center,
I hate
the
that.
city normally provides a free shuttle bus.
Right.
Now, we don't know for sure, but we heard a rumor that Royal Caribbean won't port in your place if you're offering a free shuttle bus because they want to charge $25 a head.
Let us know if that's true in the comments down below,
We have
guys.
no idea. It's just a rumor.
We no
But
clue.
it cost us for 3 days in the Japanese islands
$150.
$150
That's not bad.
for the shuttle to town and
Right.
back. So a return ticket, $25 a person. To us, it's not the end of the world. But if you saw the lines for picking up a taxi in the Japanese ports, you would go crazy.
Yes.
You would not want to wait in that line.
Nope.
I'm talking about a line that was 200 people deep to get yourself a taxi cab to take you wherever you wanted to go. And each one of these stops along the way, they took us to a central location. And for my $25, I had no worries about what we were going to do when we got there. Because the first stop, it was a little rainy, and we got there was fellas passing out maps. And he said, this is where the restaurants are. Bing, bang, boom. And we found a place that treated us like royalty.
That was good. Mm-hmm. That was great.
Second stop, we got on the ferry. We had no idea what was on the other side of the ferry.
Found some bikes, went around the island.
E-bikes. We're circling the volcano on our e-bikes. And then back to the port. And then back to find a mom and pop izakaya in Japan. No English.
She didn't trust us at first. She didn't know what to do until finally we got the Google Translate out.
Because she saw foreigners walk through the door. And I don't know when the last time she saw foreigners come through the door was. But she is on Instagram, and she shared our stuff on Instagram. She's been sharing our stuff. And we had the most marvelous meal there with Mom and Pop at the izakaya.
And from the looks of her Instagram, she's had a lot of Japanese officials there, so hopefully she'll tell these Japanese officials about us more often, because you never know. We might retire there someday.
Now, yesterday when we were in Kochi, the shuttle bus dropped us off at the bus station in the middle of town.
And we overshot the castle.
Well, from there you could take a tram car. You can go north-south. You can go east-west.
That was fun.
And we knew we wanted to go to the castle first. So we got on the tram. We took it to the castle. And then went a little bit further, but it was a blessing in disguise.
We went in the back way, which was even better.
And there was ramps and switchbacks to take us to the top of the castle instead of us climbing 250 steps.
And I'm very proud of this guy. This guy really hiked that mountain to get up there.
We got up there. Everybody else was coming from the other direction. Yep. They were all out of breath. We got the most fabulous pictures.
Yes.
We had the most gorgeous weather.
We did.
At every one of our cruise stops along the way.
Yep.
And we're so happy with this. We prayed to the blue sky, puffy white cloud gods up there.
We did.
And they delivered the goods.
We did.
After we did the castle, we got a cab.
We did.
We had a little lunch on the lunchtime street, and we flagged a cab. The cab took us to the cutest little kiddie park
it was great.
and zoo that you ever saw.
Yes.
I don't think any foreigners have ever been to this place.
But it was closed. We got in there for free, walked around, saw the most beautiful flamingos.
Snow cone.
Unbelievable. These birds of prey. And then we saw...
and tigers.
Yeah, we saw all of that. And the cutest little kiddie park. Unreal.
Waterfall, gardens.
Oh, yeah.
They probably could use a little fountain in the middle of the pond.
Right.
But at the same time, we made our way back on the tram to the bus stop, back on the ship. We were gone only 4 hours in Kochi.
We did good.
And we had the time of our lives there. We really did. So today was our last day. This was our sea day. We booked a special dinner.
Ooh, that was nice.
That was called the Royal Table.
And it was samples of all the restaurants across all the fleets. And we tried a new one, Giovanni's Table. Tell us, please, or Central Park, tell us, please, what ships are these on? Because I need to go experience it.
Special risotto with crab and Parmesan cheese. And a couple of little microgreens in there. It was really, really tasty.
Yep.
Izumi supplied some karaage chicken with the spicy red chili sauce already on it. And at the end, we had filet mignon and shrimp from Chops. We ate the shrimp, but the filet mignon was a little bit less than... we'd like to see melt-in-your-mouth style steak, especially if we got
so they could work on that
6-ounce piece of meat. We want it to melt in our mouth.
And dinner time at Jamie's for the third time.
And our dinner at Jamie's was, well, we have to go back because we ate at Jamie's the first night.
And it was...
seafood and the salad was not good, but the appetizers and the desserts really were.
The second time,
they
knocked it out of the park.
To go at lunch, and we went at lunchtime, and we ordered everything that we wanted there. And tonight, they knocked it out of the park.
They did.
Thank you, Jamie Olivers, and thank you to Marco and Stanley and Joseph and our server who took a beating on the first night.
Yeah, he did.
But we're back again. And the place where we sat, there was a nice little television showing us Jamie Oliver's TV show, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
What better seat could we have had in the house tonight?
True.
After we left Jamie's, we went to the balloon drop.
Oh my God, that was painful.
That was painful. We were standing there and kneeling there and
but I'll tell you what, that cruise director, he could dance with Hannah. Holy mother.
There was 4 of them, and they were dancing their asses off.
Nonstop.
They danced and danced and danced.
They did.
It was probably 35 minutes.
It was.
They didn't stop moving.
Nope.
And I was very, very impressed with that. But at the same time, I was on my knees.
Our knees
for
took a
35
beating.
minutes.
Yes.
And it was absolutely painful. We got the video. You can check out the video. We'll post one in the comments down below. We still rounded off the night at the piano bar and Schooners.
He was good.
And said goodbye to our friends Steve and Diane from Australia.
Out of everybody.
Hung out with them the most.
We've met on this cruise. All you Aussies. You are wonderful. To Stephanie from Germany. Thank you for finally meeting up with us. The list goes on, but a huge shout out to Kiernan for running the group.
And in the group, you will see the pictures
Yeah.
that she and I posted of the people that we supplied with ducks
They're all
along the
gone.
way. And all the ducks are gone, but all of the smiles will remain forever
Most
on
definitely.
the Ovation of the Seas page.
So the next 2 days is all about Tokyo. You'll see our favorite friends, Daniel and Yuka. And we're going to hit the ground running pretty hard. So
Tomorrow we walk off the ship with our suitcases, head from Yokohama Station up
That's right.
to Saitama, and Daniel will meet us there at the station, show us our accommodation, and then we've got some really cool things along the way.
wait until you
in the
see
next
it.
2 days.
We're
It's
going to
be
hit
great.
the ground running. I know one thing, two things that we definitely have to get in here. I hope we get it. So no guarantee we're going to see it. Shibuya Sky is one, and Lost, the bar that is run by Abroad in Japan and Sharla. I'm praying we get to that bar. Charmian, sorry. Sharla Charmian. I'm praying we get to that bar. Even if they're not there, I just want to go in, drop our card off, and say, hey, we were here. That's all I want to do. I just want to leave a mark.
So I'm gonna say we said that we're gonna save the best for last.
Yes.
To compare dinners on NCL, MSC, Holland America, and Royal Caribbean. All right. I went back and I reviewed the pictures because I normally do a post like,
Right.
here's the 75 different things that we ate in the last 10 days on this cruise ship that we've been on. And last year when we were in the Baltics and we were on MSC Poesia,
Yep.
and we had access to teppanyaki, we had access to their sushi bar. That was some pretty outstanding stuff.
It was.
The year before, we were at the International Food Court on NCL.
Yeah.
And this was a great variety of food, too. We met the Ropers and had dinner
Yes,
with them
we
a couple
did.
of times
We did.
on the ship.
Yeah.
But then the year before that, we were on Holland America. And we were on the Rotterdam ship.
Yeah.
And some of the dinner pictures there. So, I'm going to tell you, one, MSC.
Definitely.
Ola Taco is our go-to restaurant
Yes.
along the way. Second, NCL.
The local.
NCL with the local
Yes.
and the International Food Court. And I don't think we ever ate in the main dining room at all.
Nope.
All right. And then third,
Holland.
Holland America. And Holland America has the teppanyaki and their sushi bar. And this stuff was right up our alley.
Oh, yeah.
The Dutch Cafe, we would get there whenever we could, but at the same time, looking back on all the photos of all the food that we ate on each one of these cruise lines, we still have to leave Royal Caribbean
For fourth, yes.
number 4.
So those will be our 4 go-tos moving forward. Hopefully, we don't get any
1, 2,
more.
3, 4. We also did a cruise next on the ship.
We
We
did.
booked another Royal Caribbean.
Yay!
We hope that they can advance themselves from a number 4
I'm
spot
sure.
to somewhere else when we get on that ship. But as far as Ovation of the Seas goes,
Well done.
well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for a great cruise.
Hope you guys enjoyed all the videos this far. If you've missed a video, check out the playlist.
If you have any questions about what we did or where
Comment
we went,
down below.
just send a comment down below.
Yeah.
Send us an email. Send us a text message if you must.
Yeah.
We will answer all of your questions for you about our experience on Ovation of the Seas, traveling all the way from Beijing, China to Yokohama, Japan, stopping in South Korea along the way.
And stay tuned for Tokyo. 2 days coming.
Tokyo on the horizon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
There you go, baby, está gustosa a mi lado, sabrosa y tan dulce como un mango, una chica de Bahía con milagros, y está bien caro, la ballena.